Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. So our collaboration with the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago continues. And today we have on set with us Mary Pouchet, an artist who is sharing some incredible artwork for the entire week. And of course, you know that we have to get some of Mary's story. Good morning, Mary, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you with us on the show this morning. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for sharing your artwork because it speaks volumes. But before we get into your pieces this morning, let's talk a little bit about you. How did you get into the world of art?
Well, I started off very young. My parents were always very supportive. They always encouraged me. I remember my mom, during the July and August vacation in particular, she would teach us, me and my siblings, little art skills, give us like art classes. My dad too, he was very supportive. He would host these little art competitions, and he would be the judge, and we would like get a chocolate at the end for whoever did the best. And so I think because I had such a good, like a positive introduction to it when I was younger, I think that's what really inspired me to continue it. So when I went to secondary school, I chose it as a subject in Form 5 and 6. And in Form 6, I had like the most amazing art teacher. So she made me love art even more, and now it's all really I want to do, so yeah.
And we can see the love that goes into it, and it's beautiful that you had such a great support system as well to be able to, really foster your growth and sit with us today. Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned being inspired by your family in these art competitions, but what inspires you the most to put yourself onto the canvas? Is there anything in particular you love to portray that you want to share with the world?
Mm-hmm. Well, I really love portraiture. I especially like capturing the faces of people from all around the world, like different cultures, different races and ethnicities. That's, I think, the thing that I most enjoy. But recently, I think also with influence from my teacher, I started getting into portraying like our folklore, Trinidad and Tobago's folklore. And yeah, so that's, and well, I started to do a bit of sculpture as well, but that's, yeah.
Interesting. And of course, you were sharing with us off air that you're now doing art full-time at the University of the West Indies as well. So where do you see yourself in the future?
Well, I hope to be a professional artist one day. I hope to sell my work and earn a living from it.
Well, you definitely will. You are on the right track. And speaking about some of your work, let's start with the piece that is right behind me. A scene that is familiar to many, but I know that you, of course, will have your own interpretation of it. So can you give us a bit into this piece?
Sure. So this is an acrylic painting of the Holy Family, so Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. It's a nativity scene, so it's the first Christmas and the birth of Jesus. I think the thing that inspired me to paint it was the expressions of the parents. I found like they were so, the delight in their face at the baby. I really wanted to try and capture it, so yeah.
You definitely did an excellent job, and great detail as well when you look at the facial expressions and even the features as well. Great work there. How long did this take you to do?
This took me about a year to do, a few months. Well, like I took breaks in between, so probably a few months, but I rounded off to a year.
Would you say that sometimes taking those breaks in between helps you to actually bring the painting to life a little bit more?
I think so, yeah, because when you stare at it for too long, it kind of, it looks bad to you, so you need to like step away and then come back and
step away, come back and do some reviews. Now, speaking about things that, I'm not too sure how long the next one would have taken, but it's quite an inspirational story. So share with us a bit about this next painting.
Okay, so this one is, it's called Thought. It was inspired by the work of an American photographer, Mr. Nick DeWolf. He's a travel artist, and he goes around the world taking pictures of people, and I think I was inspired to do it in my own style because I think it's a moment that everybody, experiences in life where you just you get deep into thoughts and you start thinking about things. And I also found the model was she was very pretty, so I wanted to try and, capture her.
And you definitely did capture her. And it's interesting, as you mentioned, thoughts, and we can also see your love for portraiture here as well. Because this next one, you can see different trains of thought. What is this next one about?
This one was actually for an assignment. I did it as a visual aid. I was talking about the benefits of studying for a degree in art, and I wanted to focus on collaboration. So these are some artists that I met, and so I used it as a visual aid, and so it's in pencil.
And it's absolutely beautiful as well. You can see that you brought everybody's features to life, and you can see the thought behind it as well. How long does this take you to do, since it's pencil?
This takes me about 2 hours to do,
There we go. So we have all these different levels here this morning. Now, this final one has definitely captivated everybody's attention this morning on the show, people who have walked past the studio. And as you mentioned, of course, your love of folklore, your recent love of sharing. So share with us a little bit about this piece.
Okay, so this piece is called Memories of a Midnight Gathering, an ode to Kudayo. So it's inspired by our own Trinidadian artist and folklore pioneer. He was the first artist to portray our folklore as, paintings and such. And I was inspired by him, and I also wanted to show how those stories how the impact they have on children, and how it comes to life sort of in the child's mind. So it's a grandma and her grandson, and she's kind of telling him these stories, and it looks like the characters are coming to life from his mind, something like that. So yeah,
it's absolutely beautiful, and it's interesting. Again, you see the details with the facial features, portraiture again. But what mediums did you use for this one?
This one is acrylic. Yeah, just acrylic paper.
And how long did this one take?
This one took me a week.
A week?
Yeah.
Wow. Excellent work, Mary. If we would like to get in contact with you, how can we get in contact with you to see some of your work?
I'm on Instagram, and I'm doing commissions. And you can email me at pencil and painted portraits. And all on Instagram, it's just Mary. Well, m._.ary._ It's kind of complicated, but
we will make sure that we get that shared. Absolutely beautiful work this morning. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. Now, do you have any words of wisdom for those who are interested in following in your footsteps to become a full-time artist? How they should even start?
Well, I would say just find something that you like and just practice. Just draw it over and over again, or paint it over and over again, and then, something will happen, I believe, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Well, we definitely can see things will happen. Thank you so much for gracing us with your artwork on set for the week. We appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing many more work coming from you.
Okay, thank you.
It's our pleasure. Mary Pouchet, our resident artist on set for this week, as we continue our collaboration with the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago. Stay tuned, because coming up after the break, it's time for the TTPS On Now.